Welcome to the show you don't deserve, don't need, or want.
But forced upon you.
but you have to have. Do you have any resolutions?
Resolutions? Do we do resolutions? I don't think we've ever done resolutions.
Do you have any? But like internal.
Internal resolutions?
In your heart alone.
I mean, for us, every day is a resolution.
Sheesh. But do you have any resolutions?
I actually don't. I don't. I mean, I have a lot of things, but it's not because it's New Year. Do you? Because it's New Year?
But I think New Year is still a good marker.
It's a great thing. I'm not going to
Because a lot of sometimes
shit
people
on
are
it.
like, oh, I'll do next week.
Exactly,
Or I'll do,
yeah.
It's a good marker to be fresh. So I get it. But the problem is, I don't think people actually, one of the reasons New Year resolutions I think doesn't work is because, let's say on December 16th, you're like, I'm a bit of an ass. Like
I'm a bit fat.
I need to be better with people. I'm a dick.
Yeah.
You're going to wait 15 days to stop being a dick.
You would spend 15 days being a dick. Get it out of my system.
I realized I'm an asshole, but I'm not gonna do anything about it until January. But if you actually start doing something about being an asshole when you realize it, you're probably more likely to actually
achieve, right?
Exactly,
because it's genuine.
Because you would have started before the New Year's. You would be in the process of not being an asshole. I don't know. That's just how I'm thinking.
So what's yours? What's your resolution?
To meet Jesus Christ. No, that's not mine.
We're worried.
Not like that. No, mine. I don't have like an active one. Obviously, it's just stuff that you're like I said, you're always doing. You always like changing.
A good resolution is also consolidation. People always think you have to start with something new and absolutely new. Not necessarily. Just consolidate what you already have.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that's more or less the path we're on, right?
So what do you feel that your consolidation?
Gains.
What are you focusing on? What
business, medicine.
Business?
It's a lot of consolidation, man.
Dr. Seuss, because you're a doctor, right?
Right.
I too am a doctor.
On
actually.
paper. Are you?
Well. Not in the Western sense of the word.
So not.
No.
So a hippie,
If you want to know anything about spices, herbs, and mushrooms, let me know. We're not very celebratory, in our family. We're 6 brothers total. And
2 parents.
And 2, well.
Yeah, go on.
So we're 6 brothers. Sina and I are the youngest.
There's only 3 minutes difference, though.
No,
you guys
still a difference. It's 3 minutes difference between existing and not existing.
Well,
so I would say it's plenty.
He's 3 minutes older.
Anyway.
Just 3.
So that means 4 older brothers.
Yeah.
All of them are doctors, right?
Right.
All our brothers are doctors. Smart people. But we're not very celebratory by nature, right? There's a cutoff age when we really stop celebrating birthdays. We've never really celebrated.
But do you think that's because we don't celebrate by nature, or is it because every day it's a celebration?
We do enjoy ourselves.
We do enjoy ourselves.
We know how to enjoy ourselves. The same way we know how to work hard.
Exactly.
We know how to game for 24 hours.
Exactly.
Skyrim, and ice cream with Sprite.
It doesn't take much for us to have fun.
No.
It really doesn't. I think that's also why.
But we aren't celebrating. I don't know about you. I don't know if this. Let me ask you something. I've realized lately about myself that I am very. What's the word? Ceremonious.
Okay.
So, and that's not something I've learned.
Okay. I wouldn't have guessed it either. What made you say that?
So
because you're the most unceremonious person I know.
This is what I mean by ceremonious.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. I can't just like leading up to something.
Okay.
Right?
You can't just do it.
You can't just do it.
Okay.
I get it. You have to do certain things around.
Right?
Yeah. There's things around. I have to know what I'm going to wear, and then how am I going to get into the, just being so hyper aware. Even like when we go to the gym, right? Yeah. There's some people that is just like they walk into the gym with their clothes.
I've seen that.
Never walk into the gym with my gym clothes. I have to get ready at the gym because that's the ceremony.
Oh, that's also called autism. It's a spectrum,
We'll call it ceremonious.
Okay, sure.
I am very ceremonious. I feel there's something about being ceremonious that I think makes whatever you're doing, you do it better. Because what is really ceremony? You have all these athletes that go like, they do all that weird shit. I think it's a way to turn on the switch to get into the zone.
Right.
So even though we're not celebratory in a lot of the things that we do, I think I've seen in all of us as well what we call our autistic behavior, blah, blah. I think it's just very ceremonious. We want things to happen in a certain order.
In a sequence.
In a sequence.
For optimum efficiency.
Yeah, and that's how we get into
But that's
it.
also okay.
No,
I think
there's nothing wrong
that's
with it.
actually
There's nothing wrong with it.
that's-
But what is wrong is if something ruins that secret and then you can't function.
Definitely. Yes.
It's autism.
That is us.
That's
That is 100% us. Yeah, we are perfectionists, not in the
Constructive sense.
Constructive sense, yeah.
No, that's true.
But at the same time, we are pretty impulsive as well.
Yeah, we can be.
It's a good mix, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like when you think about where we've lived in many different places.
Yeah.
We've moved a ton of times, and we should technically be
More
used
flexible,
to-
right?
Yeah. We should technically be. We've moved from Africa. From Cameroon. We lived in Lillehammer, and then in Lillehammer we moved twice.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we moved from there again, and
Yeah.
then we moved twice there, and then third time, and then Livingston. I remember Livingston.
Oh, those are good times, though.
Good times, man.
Those are good times.
So it's like for people who have never really had stability in the conventional sense, we're very not flexible.
Right.
It's possible that that's what made us so not flexible.
Yeah.
Is that the pendulum swings in the extreme, but
I think also it comes with age, right? As old people are stuck in their ways. Not that we're old, we're the youngest people alive.
the youngest people alive.
But the older you get, you get stuck in some ways. Especially when you see results of the things you do. Then you start thinking like, nope,
it's
my
not
way or the
broken,
highway.
yeah.
If it's not broken, why fix it? So I think also that's why. So in other words, arrogance, that's what...
All right, what about the good? what about,
No, yeah, this is not a good.
no, yeah, I think in a sense it's good because you guys channel that into like your education, like we all channeled it in like education and stuff like that. But anyway, it's a new year in
fast.
Greg's calendar.
Yeah.
I keep hearing people say Greg's calendar.
Greg's.
Or is it Gregorian? I don't know. Yeah, so in Greg's calendar, it's a new year. Greg
like
says.
that.
Greg says.
Such a dad joke. Look at you.
Greg told us it's a new year, and so it's a psychological clean slate. Any books you want to read? Any goals for any books?
People still read books now. I'm kidding.
Oh,
Of course.
wow.
Of course.
This black man doesn't read books. Funny. Haha.
Typical. Yeah.
Ooh, dumb.
No, there are a lot
Likes
of-
to throw ball far.
I didn't say all that. Look, there are a lot of obviously religious books within theology. But I've heard there's the cliche book that I haven't actually read it, The Rational Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they talk to me as if, oh, you probably read it. I'm like, yeah, of course. I read The Rational Man, of course, come on. But definitely, I'll give you that one. And also, you have read the second book from Jordan Peterson, right?
12 More Rules.
So, yeah, that I have to also read.
Is there a... do you ever get into situations, like, since you just mentioned it?
Okay, well, don't expose us too much.
No. I'm just
Relax.
gonna ask. Look, nobody knows everything. Like,
Right,
it's
yeah,
fine.
obviously.
Nobody knows everything. But do you ever, if you ever get in those situations where someone goes, "Oh, have you read blah 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 blah?" And you go, "What?" Like you go, "What?" Blah 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 blah.
Right.
And then you're like,
I can't ask again. I can't say what again. I can't say
and then
what
you go,
third
and then you
time.
go, it sounds familiar. Yeah, I think I'm right. And then you're like, do you remember the part when blah blah blah?
Anything
And then you have to
specific?
bullshit your way through that. How do you go about bullshitting your way? Let's do a thing.
Okay, wait, my mouth is dry.
Okay, take sips of water before we spew nonsense.
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever read To Bullshit a Bullshitter?
What's that?
The book, To Bullshit a Bullshitter.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you read it.
Obviously,
Of course
dude,
you read
it's
it.
a
You're such a
classic.
smart man. You're
Yeah,
a
it's a
doctor.
classic.
So-
What part did you like about it, anyways?
I personally like the part where the protagonist talks about.
Brain power is 100. How do I get out of this?
The protagonist talks about how our upbringing is going to define what level we're willing to say we don't know something.
Yeah, right.
You
That was
remember what he's...
the fourth chapter or something, right? Or
Actually, no.
no?
Crazy you would get that so wrong.
I read so much. I thought it was the fourth one.
But close.
Yeah.
So it's funny because that chapter talks about how we have to learn to admit when we haven't done something.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I think.
What do you think about that?
I think I actually touched on that topic, right? In the book, he spoke about humility. He was like, yeah, in order to, he didn't speak about humility. Must have been another book again.
Well, it's a shame if you read so many books, you don't know any.
Mixing it up.
You don't know the lessons from any of them.
No, honest. Okay, look, the way I get out of those situations is I ask questions.
Okay.
No, first of all, let's get something clear. We're not dishonest. We don't know the book.
No.
We go like, yeah, I know. We go like, I actually haven't read it. Yeah, but let's hypothetically say when we're kids.
There's this character that me and Sina created when we were kids. And this character is always embarrassing himself that he's, for some reason, always interacting with people who want to embarrass him. So,
right.
so, for example, and he's always like vulnerable. He's willing to open up to people, but people.
Let's call this guy Jack.
Let's call him Jack. Yeah. So Jack is always willing to open up to people and be like, vulnerable
and impress. He wants to
impress. He wants to like him,
yeah.
But people don't. We don't know why we came up with this guy, but an example was like, for example, we're in the 4th grade.
Yeah.
We're getting dressed and we're like, oh, should we wear this outfit to school? And then I'll go, I bet someone's going to say, huh? Why are you guys wearing the same outfit?
You know what that is? The people are probably lost. What the hell are they talking about? You know what it is, though?
What?
It is because, look, all our lives, we have been, I don't say super different, but we have been more or less different from our peers.
Odd ones out, yeah.
And even though when, let's say, he speaks reason, he speaks logic, it's usually met with a certain degree of opposition. So people...
Especially when you're young. We have older brothers. We talk about deeper topics. So when you talk to your age mates, your peers,
you find it weird.
It's strange.
And very odd.
So we'll go like, for example, we're fasting, right? And someone will go, huh? Why are you fasting? Why are you starving yourself? We go, oh no, it's important to fast because it's good for your body and blah blah blah. We go, huh? That was the sound.
Where?
What? Where? Who says that?
Oh, dude, good. No, honestly, I stick with that. 2023 should be a year of consolidation. Try and not start anything new.
Yeah, don't do new.
Just consolidate. What?
Don't do new things.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
consolidate the good things you already have. But yes, it goes back to the point of positive emotions and negative emotions, right? It is when you're thinking, oh, I probably looked stupid. Oh, I didn't remember the name of that book.
Right.
How did I get out of this situation? Did I hear the right book? Did you know that I was bullshitting?
Did I pronounce it well?
Whatever you're thinking. Chances are, the other person who you've left that interaction with is also thinking the same
Exactly.
thing. Did I come off a certain way? Did I come off blah, blah, blah? And so that...
What is that
except for that person that always talks to Jack. And is thinking, oh, that was weird.
Yeah. that guy's unbeatable, though.
that guy has way too much self-esteem. Anyway, so here's some advice. People remember not what you say, but how you make them feel. So in any given interaction, if your priority is to listen, your priority is to perceive, your priority is not to come off a certain way.
Right. But what makes you have those priorities? What is it? Because a lot of people, as you said, they're in their mind all the time.
True, but
so how do you become that? Because that is being authentic and being genuine. So how do you go there?
Be lazy. Let me tell you how.
Okay.
It takes work.
Your advice is interesting today.
It takes work to care.
It does.
And when you care that much, you want to impress, you're clumsy. Your timing is off. You become... People sense the awkwardness.
Exactly.
Because you want it to go a certain way.
I will notice the most interesting conversations, when there's a lot of good flow, is when both parties are authentic.
Yes, and that's what I mean. Lazy. Lazy is don't try so hard. if you are like, I'm going to respond when it's appropriate, I don't have, when you do less, it's perceived as more from people.
Right.
So
It's perceived as real.
yes, it's very authentic. So be like, I'm not going to do anything in this interaction. Like, it's fine. I'm just going to pay attention. And where it's appropriate for me to speak, when someone is literally just staring at you,
Exactly.
waiting for you to say something, then you can say something. Obviously, you pay attention. But if your focus is, I want this person to leave this interaction feeling light, feeling good,
Exactly.
right? Then
Which
they
should be
will
your
always,
intention.
which should be your intention. They will always think, I like talking to you. You know, I like, even though you ask,
I like learning from you.
I like learning from
People
you. And
usually
might
don't
not
do
even
that.
have said, you
exactly.
might not even have said much.
Right.
You might have just reflected back
Exactly.
at them some of the things that they were thinking. You know, it doesn't take much to have a really good interaction with people. A little
It
bit
doesn't.
of, a little
Just
bit of,
people, as you said, should come out of their own minds.
yeah,
just
very
get
easy
out
to
of
get
there.
locked in it. It's very easy to get
Yeah,
locked.
forget your insecurities. And unfortunately, that's how insecurities work. Like there's compound effect of it.
Yeah.
So the second you're aware of one, and another one comes
Yeah.
along, another,
And then you're
one.
aware that you're aware.
Yeah, and then you're just in a huge mess. So that's actually good advice. Don't try. I would say be genuine, but sure, don't try.
Yeah, some people have bad personalities.
Yeah,
You're the guys I was talking to when I said don't try this year.
yeah, if the shoe fits.
So we were looking at, have you tried out this open chat AI thing?
What's that? Oh, the AI thing, the one
Yeah.
that like
Have you
gives
tried-
images on them.
Not that's DALL-E, I think.
Oh, DALL-E, which
the
one?
Chat, the where you write in. and-
Oh yeah, I heard of those.
Have you tried it?
I haven't tried it, no.
It's very interesting.
What do you do exactly? You just write sentences and it shows you the picture?
So you can
Or
write, give me code for an app that tells me where the oldest person in my town is, for example.
And it does it.
And it'll write code and you have to know a little bit of code to,
Of course.
because you might have to adjust
Of
and change
course.
some things here and there. Or you can go write me an essay about To Kill a Mockingbird, but
And it doesn't write
In
the same
support
essay
of-
twice. Like it doesn't copy.
nothing's repeated. Nothing's repeated.
That's actually crazy.
So, yeah. So it's really advanced. It's really, really good. And it almost feels... So there's this whole conversation about how, what does that mean for learning, for students? What does
Exactly.
it mean for...
Business, marketing.
Yeah, what does it mean for programmers?
Right.
What does it mean for designers?
Right.
It's funny because people were showing like images and memes of like teachers going, oh my God, we'll lose our jobs. And
I've been saying that for the
and
past
then they
20
showed,
years.
And then they showed programmers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we'll lose our jobs. They were like, good.
Good.
We don't want to do
Thank
this
God.
anymore. So I think what it does is it makes us, technology makes us, that's why I like sci-fi. Science fiction, there's a book, I forget the name. Do you know the book?
Which one exactly? Oh, the technology and sci-fi one.
Right, the technology and sci-fi book. And it talks about how sci-fi has actually been a source in pop culture, media and
Yeah.
entertainment, has been a source of innovation for humans. Because every time, let's say it's 1930, and someone makes an illustration of a hot air balloon, steampunkish, with some technology on there. What's going to happen is people are going to envision what we can do next, and someone's going to try.
Yeah.
And so science fiction is basically the act of imagining what's possible in an impossible situation.
Exactly. You push the limits.
Right. And so
As
that's
obscure as it may be.
and that's why when people say things like, oh, I like to read, I don't really watch movies, I automatically think you're stupid.
You're a loser.
I automatically think you're stupid because everyone can be really good at one thing.
Exactly.
Oh, I only sit in my room and read books. I don't do anything else. Actually, it's like chess.
Yeah.
Research came out saying that people who are really, really good in chess have high densities of gray matter in their frontal lobe, and they're really good at chess, but just chess.
Just
They're
chess.
not good at anything else. But we have this connection in our head that people who are really good at chess,
It means
are
they're
really
good at
smart, and they're
everything
good at everything else. They're not. They're good at
That's the same
Chess.
association people have with academics.
right.
People who are good at school.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Honestly, call him out. Sheesh.
But also the dumbest people I've met say things like, I don't do none of that school smart stuff. I'm street smart.
I'm street smart. Oi. Pray for you.
It just means you're good at lying. That's all you're actually just saying. I know how to lie and manipulate people. I use the trust from basic human decency to get what I want.
Yeah.
Anyway, any extreme is not good.
Exactly.
So when people read, watch movies, they partake in activities, sports, stuff like that, a rounded person is usually a very intelligent person.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's basically just that looking ahead thing. Science fiction is based on us looking ahead. And so it starts making me think about science becomes a mirror that reflects back at ourselves. And then we start thinking, okay, what is actually learning? If you have all this technology, let's say this in 10 years.
Yeah.
All these AIs are coming out that are so advanced, and it's nothing, right? So let's say it in 10 years combined with some other technology that we have that just makes it so anthropomorphic, so human. And it takes care of everything, our own personal Jarvis.
Right. We'll lose a lot. We'll lose the ability to be sagacious, cognitive.
Yes. So that's what basically people were saying, right?
Yeah.
It was, here's a vacuum, but when vacuum cleaners and dishwashers were coming, and they were trying to sell it to women and households.
You know what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
And they were trying to sell it to house moms and housewives. And the men would be like, it'll take off time off your hands, it'll save you time. And the men were like, to do what? Save you time to do what? What else are you going to do? And they were like, to do other things. To like what? Have fun, activities, travel, sunbathe. And then they go, no, we're just going to have to work more to afford those things. So that free time that we would have had if we would have washed it with our hands for 2 hours and then have free time, now we're working for 12 hours to afford this thing to save us 2 hours. It doesn't.
Right.
But people fell into this. Anyway, so.
But that doesn't mean that technology doesn't relieve man of tedious work.
Right. And so doesn't it mean then that it relieves us of tedious information? So it could make us lazy, like they thought it would make the housewife lazy. Made the wife a little bit lazy, but it could make us lazy. Yeah. But it would only make us lazy with the definition of what we think being intelligent and productive is like.
Exactly. And that's very contextual to time.
Yes.
Because it's okay to be lazy within certain contexts.
Yeah. Because for us, productivity is I don't have time to sleep. I'm working with this. I have something to do every day. I barely have time. There's always that person.
Madness, yes.
We always have that person in every school is like, I don't have time to sleep. And yes, society is set up in a way that there's a direct correlation between how long you are awake working and how much money you make. The less you sleep, the better, unless your job is sleep testing mattresses. Oftentimes, you will make more money working awake and so on. So remove that, you start changing that whole structure where it's like, Einstein was saying, things that I can look up, I'm not going to memorize. So all these things become...
And that's Einstein. So a lot of you guys going like, I'm so smart because I know trivial facts.
I know the first 90,000 numbers of pi. Okay, why? I can look it up.
Where's you? Yeah.
Our oldest brother, shout out to Shogi. Yeah.
Shout out my boy.
40 years old.
He's 40.
And I remember when we were in the 7th grade, he was studying medicine, I think, at the time. And he came home and he's ridiculously smart. Yeah. It's insane.
It's unfair.
But like the 3 oldest is a different type of smart.
And
he came home and he's like teaching us different stuff and he's teaching us different things. And he mentioned something about how many tons of asteroids fall on Earth a day. And then he goes, it's about 17,000 tons of asteroids that fall on Earth a day. And I remember I took out my phone and I went like...
that kid. What a fucking asshole. Oh my God. How was Shogi's face at that moment?
I'll tell you. And I go...
And I was eyeing the phone.
Actually, it's half of that.
Why?
And then he goes like this. He goes like this.
You and your science.
And he goes on a rant about how there was a time where people had to learn information.
That's so him.
And what you knew had meant something.
I'll come here.
It's good. All right.
Basically, what you knew meant something. And that there is value in knowing and being wrong than not knowing and being right.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, that's such an old person thing to say. But he's right.
He's right.
He's right.
Absolutely.
Because the process of learning is what makes you intelligent.
Exactly, yes. And a lot of times I've noticed, well, I won't say facts change, but information does update.
Yeah. Of course, facts do change.
So you got a lot of people when they're like 40, 50, they tell us things, we look it up and go like, that, your information, you're not wrong.
But you were right in 1962. But you're not right now.
Right.
So, and that's what I realized. Obviously, the difference is minimal. How much asteroids?
Yeah,
I didn't even know asteroids.
Yeah, exactly.
But suddenly I was an expert. So it is the process of learning. It's very much like, it's not the goals, the friends we make on the way. But it's true. It is the process of learning that makes a person intelligent. It is how well
literally it does.
Yeah.
Literally.
How do you...
It
we've
creates
taken IQ
new
tests
neural
before.
pathways.
The new neural pathways, the act of
Exactly.
learning to read faster, quicker, information retention, information perception, being able to read text and derive the most important things from it, process it, retain it, regurgitate it. All these things, be able to bring it back, connect it to other forms of information. That's intellect.
Exactly.
So we cannot claim that in 1872 there were no smart people because everything they learned in 1872 was technically wrong. They could outlearn most people.
Exactly.
And that's the key right here. That's the key word. Learning is the mark of intelligence, not information.
Right. And what are you saying? You're saying that technology has removed the aspect of investigation and learning and only gives us information? Yeah. And that's a handicap.
That's the real problem. It's not the fact that now someone can write Catchers in Rye, a novel for us in 10 minutes.
Right.
It is the fact that you never read it.
Exactly.
And that should suck to you.
It should.
If you read it and you still asked it to do it and you made some changes, you're still intelligent.
Okay.
You have improved your workload.
Exactly.
If you never read it and you did that, that's where the problem lies.
Yep. So
how do you incentivize people to read it, so to speak? Read. Have you read it? That's right. So Happy New Year.
So wait, this chat AI thing, you're saying
Yeah.
now we're not even reading, we're not even memorizing it, now it's just given to us.
It's given to you, yeah.
Now let's do it.
Now,
can we do it?
Let's do it.
It's expensive, even though I didn't pay for it, he did. But hey.
Here's the problem. When you don't know anything, you don't even know what you don't know. You don't even know what to ask it.
Okay. Right.
Well, I know to ask it.
You're typing nothing.
Give me the hardest.
Pause.
Would you rather?
Oh, give me the hardest would you rather, not give me the hardest would. Come on, bruh. Go on.
These two things are spelled different.
I didn't, yeah, sure. Sounded the same.
You can come up with. Here's a really hard would you rather question. Would you rather live in a world where the only way to survive is constantly fight to the death in a Hunger Games style competition?
That's amazing. Yes. I don't hear the
You
rest.
don't want to hear the rest. or a world where you're the only person left alive and you have to live in complete isolation for the rest of your life, never seeing or interacting with another human being again.
So
Both options, dude.
Obviously the first one.
Both options present incredibly difficult and bleak circumstances. Why is he adding these?
Who
extra
asked you to educate
make
us? We get it.
No, let's see how he's educating
All right,
us. Okay?
go on.
So he's basically saying before you pick,
It's a he, huh?
it.
What are
Before
what are
it
its
says,
pronouns?
both options present incredibly difficult and bleak circumstances to live in, and it's hard to say which one might be considered worse. The Hunger Games style competition would likely be physically and mentally exhausting. That's true. People forget the mental exhaustion.
Or exciting.
Yeah, but for a period.
Yeah.
And the constant fear of death. Also, you can be killed. So people forget that too. The constant fear of death would be extremely stressful. On the other hand, living in complete isolation for the rest of your life would be a lonely and potentially mentally taxing existence, as humans are social creatures and often rely on social interactions for their mental well-being.
My thing is the living in isolation thing. What's the point? How is that exciting?
It's not. That's why it's there.
This is an easy one.
But also having to sleep in trees because you might be killed is not exciting.
The end result of both is what?
Death.
Death. So at least then we die doing something fun. Doing something.
Doing something fun.
Doing something.
A doctor is saying killing is fun.
Now I'm a doctor. Now I'm a doctor.
But
5 minutes ago, it was a
are.
fake degree. That's what he told me.
I never said that.
I'm not a doctor. I'm a doctor on paper.
Every doctor is a doctor on paper.
I'm saying I need a lot of experience.
See, I
That's
told
what
you,
saying.
I'm not a doctor too, just not on paper. Okay,
Wait, which one would you pick?
loneliness.
What? I'm surprised. You would pick that?
Here's one.
What?
Give us the hardest riddle you can imagine. Here's a really hard riddle for you. I have keys but no locks. I have space but no room. You can enter but can't go outside. What am I? That's good.
I actually don't know.
That's a good
I
one.
actually have no clue.
That's a very good one. Someone,
We
you have
usually-
an idea what this could be? I'm usually good at riddles.
Yeah.
It's a keyboard.
No cap.
Oh, it is a keyboard, yeah.
How did you get it that
Space.
fast?
Pretty easy.
How did you get it that fast? You Googled it.
It's
No,
space.
it's
How did you get it that
Keys,
fast? I have
no
keys
locks,
but no locks.
space, but no room. You can enter,
Yeah.
so this enter.
I say no rubbish.
We
You
can't
see,
go
it
outside.
has. A keyboard has a lock.
Stop, man.
Oh, I don't like that you got it so quick, Sabo. Oh,
Yes, reveal the answer.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
You have to say the answer. A keyboard.
Yeah, just write I want the answer.
Oh, yeah. The answer to the riddle is a keyboard.
Wow, Sabo.
Good job, Sama. Good job.
Good, excellent.
And he's not a doctor.
Are you proud?
Of course I'm proud.
Give us another hard riddle.
Move away from the word hard.
But I want it to be difficult. Sure. Here's another hard riddle for you. I am taken from a mine and shut up in a wooden case from which I am never released, and yet I am used. What am I? Oh, a pencil.
What? Oh, no, it's used. What do you mean? It's used. Pencils are used.
Never released. What does used have to do with it?
Yet I am used. And
Yeah,
yet
that's
I am
correct. You
used.
use a
Oh,
pen
damn.
pencil.
You guys have done this before I came.
It's
You guys
done by
have done
the
this
chat.
before. What rubbish. You guys have done
It's
this
all
before.
pre-programmed.
Answer.
No, man.
Give me the answer. The answer to the riddle is a pencil.
You guys have done this before. No way you did it on first try. I know
We're
you
good
did
at
it on
riddles.
first try.
We're
Stop
renowned
it.
to be
We
good
are
at
actually
riddles.
really good.
Okay, man.
Okay, let's do one more, all right?
But remove the word hard.
2 for 3.
We need to give you a chance.
What do you want me to write?
Give you a
Difficult?
chance,
No,
Or just a riddle?
Just a riddle.
Come on, you can do it, Sina.
Give us another riddle. This is all for you, Sina. All right, you got this.
If we know this, we will
If you
stay
don't say it
quiet.
right, I'll
Let me read
go.
it.
I'll go.
Let me read it. Let me read it. Let me read it. I speak without a mouth and I hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I? Give me a moment. Can you give me a moment? Can you relax? Can
I
you
already
go
know
to
what it
relax? Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's good.
You
Good
want me
job,
to say
bro.
it?
No, don't say it.
Okay.
Wait, someone don't say it either. Speak without a mouth and I hear without ears. I'm thinking to think right now. You
Happy
know
New
that?
Year. You're too
I'm
self-aware. You're
too
in your head.
self-aware.
Take your own advice from
Okay,
earlier.
wait, hold on. It doesn't make sense.
An echo.
Dude, nah, yeah, this is give.
But
How does
right.
it echo here without ears? Okay, because it repeats. Okay. I speak without a mouth because it repeats. Okay.
Speaking of
I have
ears,
no body, but I come alive with wind. Come alive. I was thinking of something organic.
that's what lateral thinking is. Okay.
Yes.
Great. Next
We'll need-
time. Next podcast.
Oh,
Saba,
screw you
do you have
both.
something for us today?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the predictions for the year? I mean, it's been a crazy year.
Yeah.
The last year. We have any crazy
What type of
predictions?
predictions? Like UFC
I mean, it gets
predictions?
worse every year.
Yeah.
It gets worse. So
What type
So
of
what are the
predictions?
anything crazy what could happen?
Whoa.
If we have predictions,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Definitely not another pandemic.
Yeah, we've had enough.
We've
of
had
this.
enough. I mean, not like
what's
to
my
care.
problem today?
Because it was in the way.
Of what?
I don't know, man. Not another pandemic. I mean, the whole Russia-Ukraine thing has been going on for what, 11, 12 months now?
That's a year. 12 months is a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started in February.
Exactly. So it's I don't know. I actually don't know. Wait,
Anything.
I have a prediction.
more inflation? What's your prediction?
Nah, y'all anyway. Get the mic out of my face. You're not ready for this.
Yeah.
I've been drinking water.
Prediction or conspiracy? There's a difference.
It could be both.
Right.
Imagine it comes true as well.
We're gonna meet aliens this year. It's gonna be confirmed officially.
Bye.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. I can't say Pentagon or government because that's no one believes anything they say.
You know, everything you say is being recorded. So you say we're going to meet aliens this year. People will go back.
I say, okay, let me say it like this. You heard it here first.
Not by me. though.
The question of aliens existing and or being present in our globe will no longer be a question.
So we might not see it. We will just know it's there.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
That's a bold
Just ask the
statement.
chat.
This is
Our alien,
his rigged AI friend. Let's
our alien real. No concrete evidence. See? That'll change. That's all I'm saying.
right.
Ask chat AI end of 2023. There'll be concrete evidence.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's my first. What about you?
I haven't thought about it. I have to think about it.
You finally read Catches on the Ride.
You're laughing way too hard at this joke, Sabo. You need to relax. You need to relax. AI, Sabo, this gang up. No, I don't know how to think about it. Predictions.
It is hard, right? Because the year started already crazy.
It just started.
The year
Did
started
it?
with
Yeah, there's so much going on. Like the Russia is talking about UFOs. Russia said
Actually?
they hit the UFO. I think they shut it down
No
in the
way.
beginning of the year.
Where are your sources, bro? Trust me, bro.
Internet.
The internet, yeah.
And the El Chapo son, the whole thing about that.
Oh yeah.
That's wild.
El Chapo son got arrested by the police.
Yeah, by the government, I guess.
Yeah.
And
For
you
what?
see, you see
And the
how
cartel,
how the
basically.
cartel is organized.
Oh,
Like
like
who
that.
has bad equipment? The
Yeah.
actual police there or the cartel?
Yeah.
That's actually crazy. No,
Yeah.
wait a sec. You guys are BSing me, huh?
Do you read the news?
I've been at work for 5 days straight.
Did you become that insecure from not being able to do the riddles? What just happened?
I mean, we can basically, it's like a kid. We can tell anything.
This is where, and the way you guys are looking at each other like, we got him this
I'm
time. We
listening.
got
I
him
was
this
listening.
Yeah, no, I make eye contact when I talk to people. I talk to, yes.
He's not autistic like you, so he makes eye contact.
Look, I'm just saying, I've not heard about these things. Sounds very sketchy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all a setup.
It's our fault. You haven't heard about it.
Look, I've been at work since literally 2023.
Save it. What else?
Have you heard about the China signing a major deal with the Taliban in Afghanistan.
Dude, this is made up.
I mean,
Who brought this guy?
so it's a major oil deal with Taliban. It's crazy. That's why I started with any. Wild.
It is wild. If it's true, it's wild.
gosh.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro.
It's just
sources.
the beginning. It's just the beginning.
Yeah. No. Nope, I couldn't predict that. Oh gosh.
That's interesting, though.
What else?
Okay, we can move to something mild. What about the
Weed.
plants? Me and Nair actually discussed it before. There are plants that can mimic other plants. There's a plant in Australia.
Biomimicry.
It looks like a hummingbird.
It looks like a hummingbird. Oh, I've seen memes about
Right,
that.
Or
Actually.
the leaves on the branch of the tree.
Yeah.
I think it's a tree.
Yeah, it was a tree.
In Australia, it's a flower.
It's a
The one that
flower.
looks like a bird.
it's a flower.
The one that looks
It's a
like a
flower,
bird.
yeah.
That's a flower. Yeah.
Anyway,
But there is a plant though that
Yeah.
can mimic. They can mimic other plants.
Yeah, right. I think I heard about it. Yeah.
But what's crazy about it, like they made an experiment and they put a plastic plant next to it.
And what happened?
So it could
didn't
mimic the plastic plant
okay,
as
wait.
well.
We have to go back
so,
to the theory.
Oh, wait.
We have to go back to the theory.
It mimicked, what is past tense of mimic?
So the thing is, like-
it mimicked the plastic.
No, it started to look like a plastic
Because they
plant.
had a theory. Okay, they had a
Yeah, so
theory.
how do
that-
they see?
They had a theory of how does the plant. And I asked this to us
Right.
at work. I didn't know about this.
Right.
I saw the picture and was like, how do plants know
How things
what
look
something
like?
looks like?
Exactly.
So apparently this is already a thing that's being
Yeah.
researched
Yeah, of
on.
course.
And so the first theory was that the plant grows vines and crawls onto the thing and feels the shape and copies it.
That makes
But
sense, right?
It makes some sense, right? So they tested it by doing
right.
was it something fake plastic?
Yeah. I know
Because
what you mean, yeah.
because the plant mimics other plants' leaves to
Exactly.
seem like they're
Even though the
same
plants grow
species.
so they can shape.
Yeah.
But that's not the case, though, right?
That's not the
Yeah.
case. That was not the case
Because,
because it didn't.
It
When
was just
the,
standing next to it. I think that's.
Yeah,
that's
when
how
and
the
they
plant
did it.
also I saw it mimic animals. Animals are not, they don't stand still
so
on
the
branches.
theory
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
same cells that take in sunlight work as photoreceptors.
Okay.
So eyes. So basically, plants' leaves see. So your plants can see you. So the photoreceptors that
Yeah.
are there to take in for energy and
Oh, like
photosynthesis
that. Right.
are also
Like an X-ray kind of
super
thing, how an
basic
X-ray works.
eyes
Yeah.
that can see. So
see.
if like there's a bird on the branch and there's sun behind it, you see the outline of the bird.
Okay. But now what's the function of it, though?
Biomimicry. So
Well, why?
to bring birds in to pollinate. So birds come,
Attract,
they move
yeah.
around, attract, and they pollinate and so on. And they see
Really
spread.
wild.
That is
crazy,
actually
dude.
amazing.
There's so much about vegetation that I feel like we have no freaking clue.
Yeah.
No.
The same with mushrooms, right?
Same with
Mycelium.
mushrooms. Yeah,
How
mycelium
they
come to me.
communicate.
They communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say the biggest organism in the world is a mushroom.
I think it's mycelium, like the biggest organism in the world. They
And,
can
yeah.
communicate across the whole world
Yeah.
somehow.
We don't really know
Yeah.
how. It's
That's
mad, bro.
And that experiment with the
Yes.
underground in Japan.
So
Have you heard about it?
basically,
Tokyo?
the mycelium mushroom spreads, and then it finds for nutrition, and then it finds the most optimal pathways for that nutrition to go back into the center, and so Japanese researchers made like a maze that mimicked the Japanese railway system.
Yeah, the underground metro.
system.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And they
That's
put
awesome.
oats, nutritional
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
and they made the mycelium spread.
Mm-hmm.
And then they wanted to watch the mycelium create optimal pathways
Yeah.
from the end to the beginning. So they can copy the
Mm-hmm.
underground system to be as effective and efficient as possible by following mycelium behavior, which is wild. Because a lot of the inventions that we actually have, here's from your neighborhood business guy. A lot of the inventions and Jack, a lot of the inventions that we have and innovations that we have are actually people who can identify a problem, a pain point, and can create a solution. But usually, the most optimal innovations and designs, especially in design, already exist in nature. Right? The syringe is the mosquitoes. What do you call the mosquitoes thing? And is that a nose? I don't know. The mosquitoes thing. The Japanese trains, right? They used to create vacuums when they go through, and then the designer started imitating that bird that goes into the water and he made the beak for it, and it removed the vacuum, and many, many other things. So mimicking nature is such a powerful way for us to design things. And mushrooms are really teaching us like a lot of interesting effects. Mushrooms are closer to, what was the thing? Mushrooms are further away from vegetation than they are from us.
I think so. They're closer to humans. Yeah.
Mushroom,
But
closer to
don't
humans.
quote me on that. But
No,
I think
don't quote me
yeah,
either.
Yeah.
But apparently there's something to that. And that's why when we eat vegetables versus eating mushrooms, we always say mushrooms taste meaty, but vegetables don't. There's
Right.
It's not quite the same.
Good.
All right, guys, that was
We
a
learned
good,
a lot.
good talk. We learned a lot.
It's
We got
already,
to
already
use-
an hour.
We got to use
Somewhat.
the chat AI.
It's all rigged.
Some of
That's what
us
I'm saying.
got to answer its questions. Not all of us, but that's okay. Like I said in the beginning, quit. So it's okay to quit sometimes. Give up.
This is so. I can do it. Look, oh my god, the way he's reading you, dude, this was
Right.
rigged. You guys practiced. You even said,
How can
I'll
you-
tell you. How do you read
an AI?
How do you read
I'll
an
tell you.
AI
He said,
that's open source?
he said, listen.
Anyway, so that's the rigidity, as you can see. Was fun, guys.
Yeah,
All
it was
seriousness,
cool.
it was really fun.
Cool,
It was really nice. And
I have to eat.
we don't have our signboard
I'm
here yet,
hungry.
our neon signboard. But thanks for
Soon
joining
we'll get
us.
it. Yeah, yeah.
And
It was fun.
till next time,
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Let's change.
Do you want to film the AI part once again? So you can prepare some
Oh,
riddles?
no, man. You guys are good at it. You guys are good. I have to tell you, you guys are good at the riddles.